Hello and welcome. So after a very short journey from Wokingham, albeit a little bit delayed, I am now at Reading railway station. Now this, as I said, this is a lot bigger, so there'll be plenty more to see and the inclusion of some freight. So hopefully I've timed it well to get a few of them in this video for you. So we're gonna have a look around Reading and see what it is and look at the history as well. So welcome once again to Down the Line. So Reading opened on the 30th of March 1840 and it is considered a major transport hub, and you can see why. It has 15 platforms and is managed by Network Rail. So I've said about previously, I think they manage about 20 stations, so this is another one of them ticked off the list. Service wise, you've got South Western Railway, GWR, you've got cross country, and also the inclusion of the Elizabeth line. In terms of where you can go from here, well, you've got Waterloo, you've got Paddington, you've got Hereford, Carmarthen, and also down into, like I said, the GWR region like Hereford and so on and so forth. So yeah, this is a really interesting station to get to see. There's another one there that's just arrived, 800 315 for those who are interested, so I need to write that down. I'm still doing that, you know, still writing them down. I've got a book to tick off, so I want to get it done as much as I can by the end of the year. As sad as that is, but nonetheless, we'll keep looking on. So, in terms of Reading's main building here, that is actually grade 2 listed, and there is actually quite a lot of history that surrounds Reading, because when you look at the station today, it didn't always look like this. So like I did at Wokingham, I'm going to cut back and look at the history on Reading.
When the first Reading station opened as the temporary western terminus of the original GWR line, travel time was cut down between London and Reading to 1 hour and 5 minutes. It was also designed as a typical Brunel-styled single-sided intermediate station, and even though the station was originally called Reading, it became Reading General in 1949 to distinguish it from the neighbouring ex-South Eastern Railway station, which closed to passengers in 1965. This particular route ran from Redhill and saw up to 4 trains a day. When that station closed, this is when Reading first started to see services combine at Reading General's new 4A platform. In modern day, there is no trace remaining of the former South Eastern Railway station.
So when you look at station rankings, Reading ranks as 9th in terms of the busiest stations outside of London. Now, Reading in technical terms is an interchange, so if you look at that, it is the second busiest interchange station outside of London as well, with over 3.8 million passengers. And to be fair, I've been here for probably about 20 odd minutes now, and there's a fair few getting on and off, and with the extent of platforms, it's easy to tell why. I think there's a freight due very, very soon, so watch this space. I'm going to try and get it from where I am, albeit I'm not on the right platform, but we're still seeing it. So like I've showed you back at my home station of Bletchley with the TMD, Reading has its own. So that was actually relocated by Network Rail in the early 2010s to the west of the station. Now the old site of it actually used to be a little engine shed built by GWR in 1841. It was enlarged and also relocated, but then British Rail in 1965 decided to close it. But obviously since then, you know, it's fully operational. There's quite a few movements in and out of there. So I think if you're lucky, you can maybe see the couple of the 57s that they have. And there's a freight coming in. (66,610) that was. And as you can tell by the wagons, it's going to Hope, which is near my favourite place of Edale in the Peak District. So it's nice. I probably saw them wagons last week when I was there, but it's nice to see them as always. But no, as I said, so there's always, and if you haven't already been able to gather by Reading, it's extremely busy. So yeah, I missed that one on the wrong platform. Where I was on the right platform, it's meant to come on platform 14, but the TfL rail is in it, so they shifted it. But while I was doing this, it's one of those things. You saw it, I saw it nonetheless. But no, moving on. So earlier we had a look at the history of Reading. Now in modern times, the station has undergone a huge redevelopment. The electrification here came in 2018 in time for the new Hitachi electric units, which are replacing the HSTs. There's a few dotted around, but they will soon be phased out. That was recently announced. And in terms of the actual station itself, so they've done a new footbridge, 5 new platforms, as well as, you know, stuff to do with the ticket barriers. There's another entrance that they built, huge. The actual cost of that was just over £897 million, which is a hell of a lot of money. But, you know, it seems to have worked. The idea was to ease bottlenecks. It was part of a fund that coincided with Birmingham New Street, you know, like I said, to ease bottlenecks and just help with the flow of the trains coming in and out. And it seems to have worked, unless there's obviously delays up and down, then like anywhere in the network, that happens. But the station was opened by the late Queen Elizabeth II in July of 2014. And you know, they've done a good job. They really, really have. It's an aesthetically pleasing station, and it does its job. From when I've been here, there's been no problems. Although getting all the numbers and trying to get as much in as you can is a bit of a pain. We know with 15 platforms, but it's part of the fun, isn't it? Okay, so that is my time at Reading at an end. I have to say this has been thoroughly enjoyable. You know, it's been quite busy, so getting up and down has been quite exciting. We saw some freight, I did tell you, although because I was too busy filming the Hitachis, I was on the wrong platform, but we still got footage, so we saw them nonetheless. So that's fine. Got a good mix as well. I think as well I may have enough separate train footage to do a trains at video, so stay tuned for that one. I'll see what I can pick out. But no, this has been quite an enjoyable time at Reading, really. Plenty of numbers written down and plenty of footage. So well, you can't get better than that, really, can you? So no, I'm going to head back over to the South Western Railway platform and make my way back to Wokingham and then home from there. And then from after this, I'm going to get my head together again and come up with some more ideas. So follow with me again for the journey, and of course, if you like it, give it a like, subscribe, comment. Every bit of interaction is reciprocated from me and thankful. So yeah, thank you once again, and I will see you next time down the line.